Okay guys, HavenLeeScents here, and I'm going to give my official review on Louis Vuitton's Imagination. Now, I've seen this fragrance online, and I see a lot of people talking about it. Me personally, I'm always least likely to like a fragrance if I think everybody else likes it, because that's just how my brain works. But nonetheless, if something smells really good, it smells really, really good. So yeah, I had been seeing the hype around this. A friend of mine was like, yo, you gotta try that Louis Vuitton's Imagination. So that's exactly what I did. I went to the local Louis Vuitton store here in Charlotte, in the Louis Vuitton store in South Park Mall, and I did give it a try. I sprayed it on. I bathed in it because I wanted to get an accurate assessment of this fragrance without having to purchase it or needing a sample. I actually did this for 2 days. I didn't go back-to-back days. I went on one day, and then maybe like 2 or 3 days later, I went back and did the review again. Here are my thoughts. But before I give you my thoughts, let's read the notes. Alright, so the key notes are Ambrox, black tea from China, Tunisian neroli, Sicilian cedar, Calabrian bergamot, Nigerian ginger, and Ceylon cinnamon. Alright, now when you first spray this fragrance on, you're going to get a ton of citrus. Now, citrus and vanilla are similar to me from the standpoint of if you smell one vanilla fragrance, you've smelled most. Of course, we have exceptions. I feel the same way about citrus fragrances, but nonetheless, you are going to get that blast of citrus. Initially, it didn't wow me in any sort of way. It just kind of smelled like a citrus fragrance, but I'm just going to like speed around to the point in which it turns into something very familiar. Guys, I cannot be the only one who's putting this together, but Louis Vuitton's Imagination smells like a softened, more refined version of Versace the Dreamer. Yes, the OG Versace the Dreamer. It literally smells like a softer version of it. This has tobacco in it, and this, when you spray Versace the Dreamer on initially, you have to let it sit for like 10-15 minutes, because when you first spray it on, it's like, oh my gosh, what am I wearing? And then after about 15 to 20 minutes, like, okay, this actually does smell good. And I have been wearing this fragrance since like pre-college days. I've been wearing this since high school. When I smelled it, I'm like, yo, this smells like a much more expensive, much more refined version of Versace the Dreamer. I don't know if anybody else is saying this, but I'll be the first to say it. Overall, I give the fragrance, I'm going to give the fragrance a 6 out of 10. It retails for $330. I think that's way too expensive for this fragrance. To be completely honest, there isn't a lot of fragrances from Louis Vuitton that absolutely wows me. Actually, there isn't one fragrance that wows me, but there is one fragrance from Louis Vuitton that I do like that I would purchase. And we'll do that for another video. But overall, I mean, I think that is overrated. I definitely don't see the hype around it. But again, I wear Versace the Dreamer from time to time, so when I first smelled it, it did give me a little nostalgic vibe to it because of that connection that I have with it. But yeah, it's not something that I would spend over $300 for. But what do I know? Take it with a grain of salt. HavenLeeScents out.